Hey there everyone, I'm Helen. I'm the national artist for Sephora collection.
Hey everyone, I'm David, one of the beauty directors here at Sephora, and today's video is all about skin tints. This is a category that has popped up. You're going to see a lot of brands jumping on this, and there's a lot of people loving these new complexion products. But what are they? In a nutshell, a skin tint is lightweight, very natural looking coverage that is fairly sheer to light coverage, I would say. So what it really does is kind of create a little bit of coverage, a little bit of perfection, a lot of realistic looking skin. It's great for a lot of people, but choosing the right one for you might come down to your skin type. So whether you're dry or oily, you may have some of the ones that you see us talk about today, you're gonna be like, that's the one for me. But overall, I think a skin tint is a great option for pretty much anyone who just likes fast, easy complexion products that look like skin. And I think that's the key. They really look like skin.
Absolutely, I love that. I do feel that skin tints are pretty much right up my alley. We were saying earlier that they're Helen approved. I love a skin tint, and I feel like the shades, they really do flex. So when you're looking at these skin tints in store or online, you might notice that they come in less shades essentially, and that's really because they're meant to stretch. So usually they have like a little less coverage, totally buildable for the most part.
Okay, so first up, we're gonna be talking about something that is really common and most of you know about. It's from NARS. This is the Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer SPF 30. Tinted moisturizers have been around for quite some time. I think most people are really familiar with them. And when you hear the term skin tint, a lot of people are going to think about the traditional tinted moisturizer, which is right in a way, but also incorrect, and we'll get into that. But what makes a tinted moisturizer great and why so many people love it is technically a moisturizer, which is where it differs from some of the other categories. This is a key to understanding why it's being called skin tints and not just tinted moisturizers. Now, just from a perspective of professional, like industry standards, in order for something to be called a tinted moisturizer, it has to have a certain skincare quality of moisturization to it. So these tend to be more about the skincare aspect of it. They're, really great moisturizers that just happen to have some tint, right? Some tint, some coverage in them. So you get a little coverage in it. So it's like a 2-in-1, but definitely with something like this, you're gonna feel that moisturization. It almost feels a little bit like you're putting a moisturizer on, the texture of the formula itself. Now this one in particular is really great because it's got a radiant finish. So even though it dries down and it doesn't get sort of slippery, it does have a radiance to it, which is really, really nice. It makes the skin look glowy and healthy and fresh. Plus it has some SPF in here, which is very common in your tinted moisturizers, because again, the tinted moisturizer tends to be a little bit more skincare associated with some great coverage. Now, one of the additives that NARS has done in this one, which I think is really good and it's really nice, is they've thrown in some vitamin C. So what that does is, in terms of your wear, you get the great coverage, so your skin looks good. You get the moisturizer because it is a tinted moisturizer. You get the SPF to make sure your skin looks great even if you're out in the sun. But that vitamin C also works to make sure that it brightens and evens out your skin complexion. So it is really a great multitasking product. This is a cult classic, and NARS is definitely known for high quality complexion products.
Yeah, I love that this has SPF 30 in it, and the actual like color coverage of it is that radiance. It just looks really beautiful on.
Absolutely, and it's not an overly dewy texture. So I would say for people wearing this, while somebody super oily might not love this, though you could technically wear it because the radiance is an odd more in the formulation in a good way. I would say this is great for dry to combo. I think a dry to combo person would do really well.
So now I have something brand new from Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. It is her new Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. This is a really incredible product. First of all, I mean, the packaging is just so cute. Basically, these come in the widest range of shades that I've seen so far. So this comes in 25 shades. So if you're usually like having a struggling moment trying to find a skin tint that matches you, look to Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. I highly recommend it. And I'm gonna drop a little bit on and just to be able to, you know, show you all how it looks. So what I like about this is that it's a blurring product. So it really does give your skin this like soft blurred effect. What makes it a little bit different is that I would say it leans a little bit more towards like a matte. So you'll see how this one dries down a bit on me. And I'm only doing half my face here because I want to show you another skin tint with a totally different vibe to it, if you will. It just has another shiny, glowy look. So I'll just start over here. And I'm using the Sephora Collection Total Coverage Sponge. You can see that coverage that it gives right away. It is super natural though on. It really does blur everything, and it's just this really lightweight texture. It truly feels like absolutely nothing on your skin, which is incredible. I feel like that's what you're really looking for when you're thinking of a skin tint. You just really want something that just feels lightweight. That's kind of the point of it. The one thing I will say about this one is it doesn't have SPF in it, so definitely you have to layer underneath, but I have SPF on right now, so it layers over top of SPF totally fine. It doesn't roll or anything, which is really, really nice.
But I think that's a really good point, Helen. And I think that's where this particular product from Fenty is really innovation in the skin tint category, because of the simple fact that when we think of the sheer formulas of like a tinted moisturizer or a BB or a CC cream or any of those lightweight formulas, for someone like me, I don't like the skincare added into it. I don't like the SPF added into it. I won't use those products because I like to use my own version. And especially when someone has oily skin, they're really specific about the products that they use. So I think she did a really great job on this product because it opens up the idea of this tint category to an entirely new skin type. The combo to oily person who really wants that sheer coverage, but doesn't want it super glowy and dewy, and also doesn't want the additive skincare, right? It's just basic, really good.
I mean, so many people are sensitive to sunscreen, so sometimes when they are built into the product, while I love a product that already has SPF in it, I totally understand that people can be very sensitive to sunscreen and really have probably hunted high and low to find the one that works best for them. So this just really lends itself to those people who really want to use their own skincare or their own SPF along with the skin tint. I love that.
And I love what you said too, because you brought it up. It's a blurring finish. It's not a common finish when you think about tinted moisturizers or those traditional tint products. They were mostly radiant dewy. Again, so here, you know, Fenty took it and kind of flipped it on its head, and it's giving a whole new life to this category because now you've got a blurring finish, which is going to really help a lot of people who might have texture. Okay, so the next product up is from Milk Makeup, and this is the Sunshine Skin Tint, and this is the product Helen's going to apply on the other side of her face. So she's going to start the application there, and what you'll find with this is just how dewy and gorgeous this is. If you are familiar with Milk Makeup, they have a product called their Sunshine Oil, which is actually a skincare product. And this, they basically just added the coverage tint to it to create Sunshine Skin Tint. So it's very lightweight. It's got this really hyper hydrating dewy oil built into the product. There is definitely less shades in this product. It's much more traditional because it's much more flexible. A lot of groups of shades can go in there, but it still goes from light to very dark. So it can get everyone covered, but you don't need as many shades because it's got a tremendous stretch. It's super sheer, really, really glowy. This one's super glowy, right, Helen?
Super glowy. I love this because I also like the applicator. So you can kind of see it has like this almost roller ball effect. So you can kind of roll it right on your face, which doesn't look attractive at first, but it blends so easily. And I just like it because it does control the amount that comes out. So it's kind of nice if you're on the go and you're just doing it like in the car or, you know, on the train or something. It allows you to just really control. It won't get everywhere. But yeah, you can see, I mean, the high shine on that is totally different than this. This is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. And then this is the Milk Makeup Sunshine Tint. And I mean, the Sunshine Tint, first of all, the name just speaks to me, but I love anything that's like a little bit glowy, dewy, and this does have the SPF in it, so I like that it's just kind of like a one and done. I like have a normal skin type, so I would say that I even flex some of the formulas that I use depending on the look that I'm going for that day. So if you're like a makeup junkie like me, you might want to have several, you know, different skin tints in your arsenal so you can, you know, switch it up look to look.
Seasonal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, in the winter time, no matter where you are, a lot of people's skin dries down. You might want that sunshine skin tint to add that boost in radiance. Whereas summertime with that super hot and humid weather, you know, you might be, if you are even just normal skin, you might find your oils produce more and that something really oily might slide off your face and you want something a little bit more natural with some grip and some blurring like that Fenty. So it's a perfect way to do that. And a good point to bring up, which is really key with you, because we've known each other for so many years. That's why I say skin tints is Helen Phillips. Like literally.
Helen approved.
Helen approved. She is literally the queen of skin tints. And I think a key point to talk about with this is a lot of people who feel that they can't use a skin tint because it's more sheer to light coverage. You have to think in terms of you would utilize your concealer just for those spot areas where maybe you need a little extra coverage under here, or maybe you need a little extra coverage for a blemish or a little something, but you can still enjoy that really hyper natural realistic effect of a skin tint even if you don't have perfect skin. It's definitely doable.
Okay, so technically this is not a skin tint, but this is the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever Foundation. And I will say, skin tints aren't for everyone, right? So sometimes you need a little bit more coverage. And not everybody is comfortable wearing something that is so sheer or that stretches. And sometimes people just need a lot more shades. Maybe you have like a super deep skin tone and you need that deep shade. So I would recommend the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever. This is an incredible foundation. The reason why we're putting it in this like skin tint category is because it truly will give you that skin tint effect. So it is like your best skin ever. It's really going to help to like blur the lines, give you good coverage if you need it. You can also sheer it out. What I love about this formula is that you can wear it as like a sheer formula with like using a brush. So going back to like that total coverage sponge by Sephora Collection, if you want to just really sheer this formula out and wear it as a skin tint, you totally can. You can also build it up. So I love this if you only want to bring like one product with you on vacation. This is a great one. You can also use it as like a concealer in a pinch. It will build up. What's great about it too is that it has hyaluronic acid, so it's going to hydrate, but I would say that it's more of like a natural matte finish. So it's not going to be super dewy. It's just a really great product that's going to give you that best skin ever look.
This gives you what a professional makeup artist would look for in a foundation or a complexion product, which is the versatility of getting up to that medium coverage, but also the ability to sheer it down and have it just disappear on the skin, but give you that perfect complexion. So it is great for those people who want a little bit more coverage, want a little bit more versatility, and maybe just want a little bit more options with one product. I love this. I love this. It is such a good foundation.
And I do feel like you're bound to find your perfect match with it because it has 50 shades, so it's the most shades out of all the ones we've mentioned. So if you're really having a tricky, hard time finding something, definitely look to this if you need a better shade match. Just a really great options across the board with our skin tints.
Well, there you have it, everyone, an introduction to this category of skin tints. So now that you know, you can go out and find the right one for you.
Totally, and it's not just limited to the 4 that we have shown you today. We have so many to offer in this new category, so definitely check it out and find the perfect one for you this spring and summer.
And don't forget to leave in the comment section below any of these products that you guys absolutely love, or if there's any other skin tints out there at Sephora that you are loving these days. We absolutely love to hear about it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can get new videos just like this from us every single week. And until next time, check out all the skin tints out there because you're going to want them for the summer season. And we'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.